I'm Victor Glenn for MyPoint TV in Austin, Texas. The Eyes of Texas, a song used by the University of Texas during sports and other events, has been a topic of heated discussion over the past year. Concern over the song's origins has many split over continuing to use it out of a sense of tradition, retiring or replacing the song, or perhaps making changes. One UT professor who has written several articles on the subject said that regardless of its history, the main issue currently is that it no longer serves its purpose.
The main problem with the song is that for a school song, it's divisive. So if there's one thing a school song should have is bring people together. So it's especially awkward to have a song that has been repeatedly rejected or denounced by numerous UT athletes and former athletes.
The Eyes of Texas got its start as a parody of words spoken by Civil War General Robert E. Lee when he said, "The eyes of the South are upon you." It was first performed in the early 1900s at blackface stage shows to the tune of "I've Been Working on the Railroad," which, despite its current life as a child-friendly rhyme, may have also had a racially derogatory origin, though that is still being debated by historians. Many incoming students may not be entirely aware of the discussion playing out on and off campus, but some are at least willing to have a conversation and learn more.
I do think that it does have some historical importance from when they made the song, so I can see that point of view of not wanting to change it. But again, I definitely would want to have some discussions with people who might be offended by it to hear their point of view.
This is not the first time concerns over the song have been raised, as the topic came up in the 1960s during the Civil Rights Movement and again in 2009. But over the last year or two, the topic has not only resurfaced, but lingered, prompting the school administration to form a committee focused on investigating the song's history and suggesting ways to rehab its image.
The commission that the university put together, led by Dr. Rich Reddick, was not given a charge of whether or not to recommend or unrecommend The Eyes of Texas as the school song. They didn't have that opportunity. They explored the history of it and showed that, something I hadn't known is that it was occasionally used as a protest song over the years by suffragettes, by Latinx students, by women students, by black students.
The report issued by that committee, while stipulating that the song would remain, did make some suggestions about how to handle the controversy surrounding the song. Those suggestions largely focused on acknowledging the history of the song and educating incoming students. Other suggestions included creating an EYES acronym reinforcing the university's goals of inclusivity and progress, and even potentially having a black artist re-record the song. We were unable to speak on camera with anyone in favor of keeping the tradition of The Eyes of Texas unchanged, but many have stated they feel it is time to make a change more reflective of the times.
If your stance is saying the song is tradition or you have a connection to it, it's a song, they can write a new song, it's not that big a deal, you're just being selfish and you need to think about who is truly being affected by the song and not about whatever fickle connection you have to it. It's about the people who are here now.
There has also been unconfirmed speculation as to whether any UT alumni have leveraged their financial donations to the school in order to prevent The Eyes of Texas from being changed or removed. We intend to follow up on this story once the fall semester begins and speak with members of the committee which investigated the song's history, as well as a number of minority student groups who could not be reached for comment prior to the start of term. I'm Victor Glenn from MyPoint TV, and that's how I see it. But what are your thoughts on The Eyes of Texas, its history, and whether it should or should not continue being utilized by the University of Texas?